Hi, Pile One. Welcome to your reading today. I hope you enjoyed the intro at Chantilly Castle. Chantilly is a beautiful city where they make the cream, and the castle was the inspiration for Versailles. So I thought it was a very magical fairy tale being there. And along those lines, I wanted to focus on a topic I haven't done since the beginning of my channel, and I figured I needed to do this video again for you, just in case you guys are curious and want to know if you should wait or move on. So your connection, we're going to look at it, but it might be at a place where you're reevaluating or wondering, should you move forward with this connection or should you move on from this connection? So we're going to check it out. I picked this beautiful rainbow fluorite for you. It's banded and absolutely stunning. I'm going to put this in frame for you so you can see it. And I am shuffling this deck for you, which you have picked, which is the Before. Yeah, it's the Before Tarot. No, kitty, stay off. Treasure is very hyper this morning. Anyways, I'm going to look at your connection with the tarot and do a little relationship spread for you and see what's going on in it. Go bye. All right. So for those of you who are new and don't know this spread, I do this spread a lot. This is more of a traditional relationship spread where I have on your side what you're thinking and feeling about your person and how you're experiencing this connection from your point of view. This is their side, how they're experiencing the connection from their point of view. We have 3 cards for the past, what has happened already, to bring this connection to where it currently is. We have 3 cards for the near future, which is, there we go, about 3 months in the future. So if you're watching this video at the end of November, calculate to about the end of February. And this is a timeless reading, so just calculate 3 months in the future if you're watching this at a different time. And then this card is after that, so longer term future. So this is kind of like what would most likely happen in this connection, or it's most likely headed to go, based on like the current course of where it's going so far. Or the universe events and fate and all that stuff. So this is beyond 3 months of time. So for you, and I do reversals. So reversals are basically if the cards are upside down. And if they are, I will put them upside down here. So the cards will normally face you, but if they're in reverse, I will have them face away from you. So, because it gives more details to me. You are anticipating a breakup, I feel. I feel like there is such a mixture of you feeling like this connection has been on pause for a while and wanting to take action, and you might actually be thinking about ending it yourself. So I think that you have been thinking about maybe ending this connection for a while now. I get the 4 of Swords in reverse for you. Now the Before Tarot is an interesting take on a traditional Rider-Waite deck, where basically it takes the picture and then it gives it an additional twist to the traditional tarot. So what this does is it talks about the moment before the tarot card happens, which I think is so genius. So I love this deck. And with the 4 of Swords, it represents how normally when it's upright, it represents like sleeping, or inactivity. With it in reverse, I feel like you think or have been thinking about maybe taking some action. Also, it's interesting with the butterflies flying in through the window because it represents change and transformation. So you may have been in inactivity for a while, and you're thinking about taking some action because you feel like it will change and transform your life and maybe even your soul as a person. And you might even think that taking some action on this connection will actually kind of like shift this connection and move it in a different direction. So you might even think it can transform this connection. So it's an interesting dynamic, this 4 of Swords in reverse. I have the Hanged Man in reverse as well, which usually the Hanged Man, which looks like this if it's upright, would be about feeling in suspended motion. But again, with it in reverse, it's like you've gotten the perspective needed in order to remove yourself from feeling trapped or in limbo for a while. It's interesting these crows are on it, which I always feel like are messengers. So it may be that you're thinking about sending your person a message of ending it, and you're just not ready yet. You haven't pressed like the send button, or you're formulating in your mind what you're going to say, but you haven't maybe emailed it out or written that text or picked up that phone. So I get the Hanged Man in reverse. So it's a very interesting dynamic. And I also feel like you're just waiting for absolute clarity. So Hangman in reverse. And then I get, now this is what interesting part. So I get the Tower. Now with the before tarot, it's right before the Tower is struck by lightning, which causes it to topple down. So in this, it's like you are preparing for or getting ready to kind of cut your person off or strike, basically. So it's like you're right before the striking mark, and this is upright. So I feel like that's where I feel like you might have been waiting in an activity for a while, lying in wait, or you may have feel like this relationship has been on pause for too long and you're wanting to free yourself and transform yourself and, kind of lay that hammer down. So I feel like you're ready or very close to being ready to end it, actually. Or you might be seriously considering it to the point where you've already taken a few steps but haven't taken the final step. Now, what's going on their side is, let's see, okay. Your person is like resisting ending it. So they're resisting it, but they haven't been able to come through for you. They haven't been able to make you any sort of tangible offer. And also I feel like they're maybe just kind of slacking off when it comes to love, or kind of just going about their way. Because I get the Ace of Coins, which if it's upright, it looks like this, which is like giving you an offer, but it is in reverse. And it's interesting how in this Ace of Coins, you can see two hands on the coin. So it's like your person also might feel like you guys are not working together. You guys might not be being a team, or maybe your person is blocking it so that you guys can't work together or can't be a team. They might be sabotaging, or they may not be meeting you there. With this, it's interesting because you do see like this beautiful garden and this trellis of all of these beautiful flowers. There's like hibiscus and roses and everything down there, but it's in reverse. So I wonder if like nothing's blooming or blossoming or something like that. Okay, so what's interesting is I get the Death card in reverse. So usually the Death card would represent ending it. But what's interesting about this is it's like before the ending would happen, or before the death comes. So like when I look at this upright, it's like the Grim Reaper is riding a horse through the graveyard. It's like they haven't approached the soul that's passed away yet, or hasn't quite come to it yet. So it's interesting because I feel like this is, if this is upright, it would be like the relationship ended, or maybe they cut it off. And maybe you'd be waiting to see like how long should you hold on till they come back. But with the Death card in reverse, I would say that it's like your person it's like they haven't cut it off yet with you. They haven't ended it with you, but I wonder if they're dwindling it off or zombieing you, or like doing something where it's like they are just kind of, you might feel like they're stringing you along because they're not giving you an offer, but they're not cutting you loose. And you're thinking, well, maybe you should cut yourself loose, is kind of what you're thinking, I believe, from these cards. And if this isn't what you're going through, this probably is not your pile. You might want to look at a different pile. And then I get the Four of Cups reversed, which is interesting because in this card, usually it shows the Four Cups where it's like a little bit of boredom or a little bit of like hoping, dreaming, and wishing, but not really things that are like tangible or concrete. But with it in reverse, it's almost kind of like your person might not be paying attention to this connection, because normally it would almost represent a little bit of like neglect or so, which might be going on. But it's interesting, it's almost kind of like your person is being offered all of these like beautiful, opportunities, and your person is just kind of like, I'm not even paying attention and I'm just in my own world. I feel like your person might be feeling a little oblivious, and they may be like obliviously not noticing you and not participating in this connection, but they haven't actually given you closure or ended it, because it is in reverse. So I also feel like your person may not really be paying attention to you or looking around or noticing you right now. And it's almost kind of like they're doing it out of an airheaded way instead of doing it in a like, mean way, or it's almost like, maybe it's like, those situations in relationships where they're like, oh, I thought that things were going fine, even though they're not doing anything, they're not participating, they're not actually helping, they're not giving love, they're not doing anything. But they just feel like you guys are going along fine, and they're kind of oblivious, being like, oh, I didn't know anything was wrong. So it might be also something that your person is feeling. What happened in the past, I get the Queen of Swords, which represents you actually have been pretty decisive in this connection in the past. You've had good communication, and you've probably been pretty clear and direct and honest about what you want, what your boundaries are. When you're upset with something, you voice it. The Queen of Swords is a logical, discerning person who is very smart and wise. And it's interesting because it's almost like you have been working on a self-love journey for yourself, and probably for a while, because in this picture you can see the angel giving the crown to the queen. So it's almost like you have been, it's like the universe is so proud of you for working on yourself and giving yourself self-love. It's like they're crowning you because you've done a lot of work to get this far. So that is beautiful. I get for you the Ten of Swords, though, upright. And it's interesting because in the before tarot, it's like before this person is laying on the ground with all the swords in their back. So it's kind of like, again, a before and ending. So you may have already been, again, this is kind of gearing yourself up to make the hard choice, but haven't made it yet. And then here, this is like the ending hasn't happened yet, but it's supposed to, or it's building to that, or it's going there, or it's getting to that point. So there's a little bit of like that energy. And then the World in reverse, which is interesting because as you see from the World upright, there are the lovers together, united and like entwined in each other. Whereas with it in reverse, it's like you guys haven't united, you haven't come together. And that might be why you've been thinking about ending it for a while now, or you've been thinking, this is just kind of like the past kind of reinforces where you're at now, but now you're further along to start to end it. It's like you're so close to bringing down that sword, whereas before you were gearing up, now you're really gearing up, and it's kind of like it's just been amping up. I feel like maybe this has been building in you for a while. And with the World in reverse, it's like you guys are maybe separate or distant. Maybe this is even a long distance connection. And it's just kind of like you've been patient probably for a while. You've been holding on there probably for a while. And it's just been really kind of probably taking its toll on you. And it just seems like you are like 99% there. With the future, let's see here, in the next 3 months. So if you did want to hold on, because you're asking, should you wait or hold on? It's interesting because I do get the star and it's upright, and that's usually the card of hope. With the before card, it's like right before the miracle happens. So it seems like in 3 months, within the next 3 months, I feel like there could be some very big miracles starting to work their way in for you. So this is very interesting. The Hierophant is reversed, so I don't feel like your person would really give you commitment in the next 3 months, but I feel like there could be hope in this connection and maybe some more emotional feelings, affection or love, because I get the Queen of Cups upright, where I feel like you actually, and it's interesting because I feel like this could go two ways. One, I feel like there is hope here because if you release the commitment or release the connection, then it's like this queen opens her heart and she goes from a logical, decisive, kind of cold energy to a very like warm, open-hearted, nurturing, giving love energy. So you go from like the queen of your mind and thoughts to your queen of like your heart and your soul. So I kind of feel like in this connection, it's like, to recap, that there is hope here. There's probably not commitment between you and your person in the next 3 months, but for whatever reason, there may be more emotional feelings or affection or like warmth between the two of you if you were to stay. If you were to go, it seems like there's a lot of hope for you. So you don't feel drained to me, but you do feel like you're in a point where you feel like you have to make like the necessary choices. And that doesn't always feel like warm-hearted. It feels like you have to be cold and you don't want to be, but you feel like you have no other choice. And then longer term down the road, I get the Four of Coins. So I feel like if you were to hold on to this connection with your person, that they probably will still have a hard time opening up to you. So it seems like from this card, it might be hard. If the before card is about the moment before holding on to something valuable. So it might be that they eventually see you as something valuable or see your value, but it still takes a while. So this seems like if you were to wait and to hold on to this connection, then I feel like you probably are going to get more of the same. You're not really going to get a commitment in the near future. And I feel like that might take them a while to really see your value or your worth. And they may not open up anytime soon in the, even beyond the 3-month mark. But I want to get more information because I want to get more details into like their psyche. I want to know what they're thinking and feeling. I want to know what they're going through. I want to use my new deck. You guys, okay, so if you guys have been here from my Cinderella pumpkin video is what I call it, but all the pink pumpkins, I debuted my brand new pink deck. It's so cute. I'm going to go right to it actually because I'm talking about it and because it's right in front of me. I normally don't know which deck I want to use next because I pick it up, but today I feel like I want to jump right to this. So this is the Pink Divine Love Oracle, which is exciting to me because I just got it basically. So exciting. And I want to get to know a little bit more about what's going on between you and your person. I love getting new decks because it always gives more information or a new angle, or it's just fantastic. So for pile 1 and their person, what is going on in this connection to give them help to know if they should wait or if they should move on? So I will do 5 cards. So what's going on in this connection between you and your person? Let's see. Slipping. Time to confront issues, make a move. And I feel like that's exactly what the Queen of Swords is preparing to do. So you're definitely preparing to do this. Yeah, time to confront issues, time to make a move. You're feeling like, you know what, time's up. Time's up. And you're just kind of preparing, you're gathering all your resources and your information, and you are just about to make that move. So there is this. It seems like there's probably been some unaddressed issues that have gone on for a while, or because I feel like you actually are somebody that usually does address things, that you've been preparing to address these for a while, or that they need to be addressed. Or maybe you've tried to address them and your person just has not really been responsive, and now you're like, okay, this is it. Perfect match, completion the one. Okay, you guys, like, this is very interesting because I feel like you feel that this is somebody you're really meant to be with, and maybe that's why you've hung on for a while, and maybe that is why you've been resisting cutting it off or ending it in this connection, because it seems like you're like, time is slipping away. The love, ironically, I said I didn't feel like you were drained, but in this card it is like the love is draining out, so that's interesting. Or time to make this, confrontation. But then it's like you feel like you guys are like the perfect match. Why is your person not being able to, do what's necessary in this connection? And that seems so heartbreaking for you. Memories, old flame, reminiscing about how things used to be. So for some of you, maybe this person is an ex or somebody from the past that you're wondering, should you wait for them to come back? For others of you, I feel like you're just reminiscing about the memories in your connection. So I do feel like that in this connection that you do have like a lot of nostalgia. You're definitely, reminiscing about the memories. So there is this. I get detox, purge, and cleanse. Yeah, I feel like you're thinking I need to lose 180 pounds. I need to lose 220 pounds, and that's my person. So I think you're thinking, oh, maybe I need to detox, but detox a whole person. So I do feel like that it might be that kind of connection. And then I get healing. So yeah, so I feel like that you're really preparing yourself and you're gearing yourself up. So even instead of like what your person is going through, I just feel like this is even more just reinforcement of like what you're going through and kind of what you're going to do. So it's interesting because I feel like maybe you're watching this video because you've been hoping that I would kind of just tell you that you're making the right choice. Because I feel like you've made up your mind and you've been gearing for this for a while. And I think you've been feeling like, gosh, if I watch this video and, she says, yeah, move on, that's the right decision, then I can feel like I'm not making it in a insecure, like it'll get you over your insecurity or something, or it'll be like, okay, like I'm giving you permission to go with your idea in a way. So if you need me to give you permission to go with your idea, I say go for it. So there is that. So I want to know, what is your person experiencing with you? So what are they doing? What are they going through? Because I feel like all that was just you. Unless you're the only one in this relationship. Unless you feel like your person isn't even present and they're not even there. Like, especially if you guys either haven't met yet, or if you guys feel like, and I mean, when I say haven't met yet, I mean, you know, they're still in the 5D and you've never met them. You've never talked to them. I know people are in long distance connections and haven't met up, and that's different. I don't mean that one. Or if you feel like this is like somebody from like 20 years ago and you're holding on, you know. So I would say, you know, and that you haven't talked in 20 years. Disclaimer. Sometimes people from 20 years do come back. All right. Now, what is your person thinking, experiencing, going through, or viewing with you? Incoming abundance, reliable structure, foundation. So I feel like your person is working a lot. So I feel like that this card actually, usually coin cards or cards like this means like, oh yeah, maybe they're reliable in this connection and maybe they're making a foundation in this connection. But I feel like with the incoming abundance card, I feel like they're focusing on their career and their job, even though we didn't get coin cards for them. You are a gem. No one compares to you, unique. Okay. So it is good. So I like the 4 of coins right before that, because it does seem like maybe they're aware of your value, but they haven't conveyed it to you, or maybe they haven't really shown you or like kind of, you know, made you feel it. So they do think you're a very unique, special person and that nobody compares to you. And that is nice. Commitment, honor, values, loyalty. Okay, so for some of you guys, if you're married and you're wondering, should you leave your marriage or should you get a divorce or should you leave a long-term partnership? This might be that your person is kind of like looking off in the other direction because they're just kind of caught up in their life and their work, and they're maybe, you know how relationships or long-term relationships can get kind of neglectful just because like they're just not, you know, it's not like the passion of the newness anymore. So for some of you guys, if you guys have been in a long-term connection with this person, for some of you watching, maybe that is your experience, that, you know, maybe they're feeling like, oh, well, that's my spouse. That's my partner. I know, yeah, that's that. But I'm going over here. I'm doing this thing now. So it's kind of almost like they're going through this situation with you where maybe they are taking you for granted a bit. Loyal, trustworthy. Okay, here's reliable twice, so I will take that word. Loyal, trustworthy, reliable, and honors you. Okay, so for some of you guys, this is somebody you've been married to. Maybe they're just kind of taking you for granted because you guys have been married a long time, and they're just kind of like, oh yeah, that one over there. Like, they're just not really acknowledging, and I don't mean to laugh about it, because actually I think it's probably severely painful, especially if you're getting to this point, and especially if you're like, well, maybe I don't even need them. So there is that. But yeah, so I'm getting the loyalty, I'm getting the reliability with both. The honoring is actually comes up twice as well. So I will actually show you honors you, honor. So there's 2 honor. So there is that actually. So for some of them, they do honor you, they respect you, they value you, they are wanting to maybe honor their vows. So there's this. And then Sour Patch, hot and cold, mixed feelings, on, off. All right, some of you are with a person where you guys have a commitment and they're together, they're not ending it, but they're not giving you affection, they're not giving you warmth, they're not giving you love, or it's intermittent, or they give you mixed messages, or they're hot and cold with you, but the commitment is still there, but they're kind of just like in and out of being present. So there is that, hot and cold, mixed feelings, on, off. You guys are going through a sour patch or a rough patch in your connection. So there is this. So, okay, so yeah, your person doesn't have the, in these cards, they don't feel like they want to, like, end it. Especially with the death card not there. And that might be why you're like, you know what, well, I'm going to make my happiness a priority. I'm going to walk away because this is ridiculous. So you may kind of be feeling like you're fed up and you're at your, kind of, your wit's end there. Okay, I didn't actually plan for this to be a long reading, but I'm noticing I've only gone through 2 decks. Okay, maybe I will do just a few touch and go. This is the last video in November, so I will do the autumn deck. We will do a grand finale with Let's Fall in Love. So for this autumn final deck, should you wait or should you move on? What is your person thinking? I'm not going anywhere. So your person doesn't want to leave you. They're not going to end it. So if this connection is going to end, it would have to come from you because your person's not leaving. They're not going anywhere. There's loyalty a lot, honoring a lot, reliability a lot. So they're not leaving. And then I'm not sure if I can trust your intentions. So it also might be that the trust has been a little damaged in this connection and that you guys might not trust each other. And that might be why your person's hot and cold with you, or maybe their hot and cold energy has made you not be able to trust them. And even if they're like, oh, I honor you, I value you, I'm reliable, I respect you. But if they've been hurting your trust, or they've been just absent or a workaholic, or they've not been really present with you, then you may feel like, yeah, you say all these things, but all your actions are telling me that you're gone, basically. Like you're not really emotionally, physically present with me. I can't be there for you right now. So it's interesting. So it seems like, your person is like, I'm not leaving this connection, but I'm not really available in it. So so that's interesting. I've saved your selfies. They still think you're hot. That's cool. I mean, they do think you're beautiful, handsome, attractive. They still look at your pictures together. And I'm afraid to let you see the real me. So I feel like they also, are afraid to be vulnerable and real with you and authentic. And it's interesting because I feel like in this connection that that needing to confront issues, it's kind of time. It might just be that your person, again, the Four of Coins is about not really wanting to open up. So it might be that they're just kind of hiding who they are from you, and that's why you're having a hard time trusting them. But really, it's just that they're just not letting you in. They're not letting you, see them in their vulnerable state. And so that's kind of a piece, too, that you might feel. Like, you're like, yeah, I know you're here, but you're not here. So, kind of like that. We have a few minutes. I mean, we don't, but we do. Yeah, okay, and on the back, I have nothing left to give. That might be you. So you might be feeling drained and tired and depleted. All right, I will do a situation where we'll go back to the tarot. If you were to stay, 3 cards of what that would look like. If you were to go, what that would look like. So you can make your choice. If you were to stay, we'll do 2 decks. So if you were to stay, it's here. If you were to go, we will do another yellow deck. All right. If you're gonna go and leave this person. Okay. Because you seem like you have clarity. You seem like you're done to me. But if you were to stay, I get justice. If you guys are married, you'd stay married. You would commit. You would just stay. You would just buckle down and keep going. 2 of Coins. If you were to stay, you still might go back and forth in your head about should you have left or should you not. So even if you were to keep going and commit, you may still have like an unresolved curiosity. And then I get Ace of Cups. But you would find a way to reinfuse the romantic love into this connection, or you would reopen your heart, or you would give a gift of love to your person. So you wouldn't just stay in body, you would actually really work on it. You would actually really reconnect to the romantic love that connects you. So there is this. The romantic love may come and go with the 2 of Coins, but I feel like you would be present. If you were to go, I get the 10 of Wands reversed. I always look at 10 of Wands as like, see this heavy burden that this person is carrying? I always look at it like a soul contract. If it's in reverse, like this, I feel like it's like you guys reshuffle you throw them back into the ocean. You throw the fish back into the ocean. And that also means it frees you from any obligations or ties that you have with this person. Now, you may be co-parenting with them. You may have other, business endeavors or financial entanglements, but I would say that like whatever you are meant to achieve with this person will get now reshuffled in the probabilities, and you would meet somebody new, and you would carry out those things with that person, in the new person. So basically, it would free you from any obligations spiritually that you would have with them. Then I get the Page of Coins. You would really be happy to reinvest your energy somewhere else. So I feel like even though this is the Coins card, I almost look at this as a Cups. almost where I feel like you have this valuable, precious heart, I would say, and you're willing to give it to somebody. So I feel like you would really be open-hearted to love either way. And then the moon in reverse, the moon is usually the card about confusion, but it's in reverse. So I feel like for you that it's like you get your clarity. So that is cool. So it seems like for you, there is no bad outcome. It seems like 1, you'll be fine either way. If you need to know that, I want you to know that. 2, in addition to that, it seems like you will have romantic love either way. It's like that song, She Will Be Loved. You guys may love it or it might be cringe, but it seems true for you in this case. It seems like you will be loved either way. All right, my darlings. Well, that is what I have for you, pile 1. I hope this has helped you. I apologize if my cat was too psycho and distracting, but we all know we love her, so I'm sure you guys loved it. That's why I let her run for a while until eventually I put her in the room because she just started to get too much for me. Anyways, I hope this has helped you. And because we did the pink deck, I was thinking about that pumpkin video, so you might be attracted to that pink Cinderella pumpkin video. You may want to check that one out. And if you like Chantilly, I did do another Chantilly video back in October about will you guys end up together? And what's the fairy tale in this connection? Like, will you guys have your happy ending together? And since you're asking, should you wait or should you move on? There might be messages in that video for you. So, you know, you may want to check that one out because it talks about will you guys end up together? So it goes further in depth about, you know, will you guys keep going? So I hope you've liked this video. If this did not resonate with you or was not your situation, or it felt totally like it wasn't you, feel free to pick another pile or another video, especially that other Chantilly video. And then if it did, I appreciate all your likes and comments over the months. And, you know, feel free to like and comment if you want to. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you guys to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I post on the community board or I do games and contests and polls and, you know, photos of just stuff. Anyways, I will see you guys later. Take care. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your video today. I hope you've enjoyed the intro at Chantilly Castle, which is very magical. No peace. Oh, hi. Okay, I thought you were scratching it, but you're wanting to say hi to the viewers? Yes. No, you psycho. Okay, stay down. So Chantilly Castle is very cool. It's the city where they make the cream, and also it's the inspiration for Versailles. So that's what Versailles was modeled after. So it's just very pretty, very beautiful. I hope you've enjoyed it. Really. We are here to focus on, should you wait or should you move on? You might be getting frustrated or confused with your connection, and you're curious about how long should you wait? Should you wait? Should you move on? Do you keep working on this partnership, or do you keep waiting for them to come back, or what's going on here? So you guys have picked the World Tarot. I think it's called something else, but I just refer to it as this. It's kind of a trio where there's the before tarot, the after tarot, and this world, or it's like you look at a tarot card in a different way. So the before tarot is the first deck, actually the yellow deck in this series video. And so basically that yellow deck is the before tarot, which is what happens right before the tarot card happens. The after is what happens after that moment. And then the world is when you look at it in a different direction. So we'll see new or additional information to the tarot by using this deck, which is very cool. So it's like a new perspective to get more information. And then you or I have picked for you this beautiful rhodochrosite, which is a soulmate crystal. And I will put it in frame for you so you can see it. I'm going to channel using the World Tarot right now. And we're going to start by looking at your connection with your person. And I'm going to do a traditional relationship spread. So for those of you that have not seen this before and that are new, some of my regulars, you know the drill. So basically I do a relationship spread where Here, this is where you're thinking and feeling about them, what you're going through right now, and how you're experiencing this connection. On this side is your person, what they're thinking and feeling about you, and how they're experiencing this connection with you right now, like what's going on. Your points of view. In the past, this is what's happened already that has brought you to this current place with your person, where you're at. And then these 3 cards are for the near future in the next 3 months. So I'm releasing this as the last video in November. So you may want to calculate this to the last, week of February or through the end of February. If you're watching this when I'm releasing it, this is a timeless video. So if you're watching it later on, just calculate 3 months in the future. And this is more of a longer term outcome of what will happen beyond 3 months. So this is like March and beyond, or whatever your beyond 3 months mark is for you. I do reversal sometimes, and I will do that today because it does give me more information so I can give you more details. And when the cards are facing you, it means that, they are upright, but when they're facing me and they're upside down to you, then they are in reverse. And cards have different meanings when they're upright versus when they are upside down. So you have 3 upside down cards. You are already going through a breakup or an ending. Pile 1 is interesting. They were right before making that decision. You've already made that choice. You guys have already either ended it, or you guys are going through a breakup, or you guys are going through at least like a major change or an upheaval, and maybe you guys have already gone through a breakup. So I get the Tower, and it's already happened. But what's interesting is I want to see more information. So see, the reason why you broke up with this person already or left, maybe you're thinking, should you wait for them to come back? Is that, see down here, there's the tree of knowledge. There is the apple tree. So this is kind of tied in with the forbidden fruit, Adam and Eve, the Bible, story, where basically there's a snake going up this apple tree. And so it seems like maybe you or your person gave into temptation. Maybe you and your person now know more knowledge, or you guys know more information, and that's what caused this relationship to crumble down, or this epiphany, or this realization. It's like you felt like you got struck by lightning, where you were like, oh my God, wow, this. It's like secrets came out maybe and been revealed. Maybe the eclipse that happened earlier this month made some things kind of change for you. But it's interesting because I'm getting that these people are falling out of the sky, and there's like burning tower and everything. But I want to see, what are these little yellow things? Maybe it's just sparks, but it's interesting because I'm seeing these yellow dots that are above them, and I don't know what those are actually, but it's very interesting. So anyways, it just kind of shows that like you and your person may have been going through a breakup. I get with the Sun in reverse that you're not very happy about things right now. You are probably suffering a lot, so my heart goes out to you. And it seems like, you're not feeling very happy at all, or very free, or victorious, or successful. So you're probably very unhappy about this Tower moment that you're going through with your person. And it also seems like maybe you're aware that your person is also upset. I get the Knight of Fire, which would be them, that, you've been prioritizing them and their needs and what they're up to. But with you or them being in reverse, it's like, I feel like you're here in this background, and then your person is here. But because they're reversed, it's like they're also upset. They're also going through this upheaval. Like literally both of you are upside down here, and their person's upside down, and you are upside down. So it's like this is turning your whole world upside down. So maybe you guys have to find a new place to live, or you guys are moving out, or maybe it's like it's changing more than just the breakup. Maybe it's changing life circumstances too. So it seems like it's a lot of change. Interesting though how you have the fire and your person does not. So that's one thing that's interesting. And it does seem like you guys are looking in opposite directions, and it seems like you guys are going their own way. But it just kind of threw you guys for a loop a lot. For your person right now, I feel like they still value you a lot. They idealize you. I get the Queen of Wands. They see you as like this idealized version of yourself. They still find you highly sexually attractive. They also see you super nurturing. Like I see you with this child here behind the throne. So I feel like it's like they know you They know the side of you that you don't show the world. They know your inner, person, basically. They know who you are when you drop all your guards and all your masks and you're just you with them. So they know you're real, who you are. They know you're a sweet, loving person who nurtures. Even if you come across as like fierce, and a badass. So, it shows like the sweeter side of the Queen of Wands here, and they know that you are this. And it does seem like they do want to prioritize you more. They look at you as more evolved than them because they're the Knave and you are the Queen. So they look at that, and it's interesting. They may try to give you flowers, actually. They might try to make it up to you in some way. I see the sunflower there. So they might try to give you flowers. So it's interesting. And also, you guys, if you do have kids together or kids and you're a parent, I feel like you would be the one that would be the parent, or maybe you co-parent, but definitely you have kids, most likely. Or, pets that are kids or something like that. Or you nurture your nieces or nephews or something. But it's like there's such a nurturing mama energy, with this energy, a strong feminine nurturing energy. I get the 5 of Cups, which is your person's like super, super, super sad. So your person is grieving, they're sad, they are looking at everything that they've lost, they're looking at everything that has spilled out. And then I get the 8 of Wands in reverse, which is usually the card of communication, but they're not telling you this. So they're not telling you how much they idealize you and respect you and think that you're more evolved than them. They also don't tell you how strongly attracted to you they still are. They don't tell you how they're grieving and how they're sad, but you can probably tell. So there is this energy. So your person is keeping things to themselves. Now, in the past, you guys might have broken up and gotten back together before. Because I get the 6 of Cups, where I feel like there was already a breakup and getting back together. Or there was like a soulmate, sweetness energy in this connection. So maybe you guys have been soulmates for a while. I get like the ancestors here looking over you, or your spirit guides looking over the two of you. Maybe you felt like, or even you guys were, united or brought together by a higher power, or by spirit guides, or by your ancestors, or by like your angels. So it's beautiful. And I feel like even this, it's like they're giving, your person was giving you flowers then, or was trying to romance you or be sweet before. And you might remember and have nostalgia and memories of all the times where they were loving and sweet to you. And then I get the 10 of Wands, which is in reverse. So it's like usually this is a heavy burden, but committed and, ready to take on the challenges of any relationship. But with it in reverse, it's like before everything got so heavy, before everything got so bogged down with life and responsibility and with everything, it's like you see how you guys were when you were just in this carefree energy where all you had to do was love each other. And now it's like, you're remembering the times when things were easier and when things were less, struggle. And then the Fool in reverse, it seems like, this is a card of leap of faith or having courage and confidence, everything will work out. And it just seems like you guys hit this patch where you guys kind of went off track in a way. And interesting, there is, even if you look at the Fool upright, he's also holding a white flower. So there's a theme of flowers that are in this connection, which is very interesting. But on your side, there's no longer a flower, there's a torch. Maybe it's like you've torched the flowers. So it's interesting. So it does seem like with the Fool in reverse, it's like you guys felt like you guys wanted to take a leap of faith, but then maybe you felt like you just jumped off the cliff and it didn't work out well. Because it does seem like you guys are burning in flames. In the future, let's look at you. In the next 3 months, should you wait? Should you move on? 5 of Swords in reverse. I feel like there will be still kind of some partnership or harmony or some kind of working together energy if you wanted to. But I feel like you guys are probably not in a commitment or getting back together. But there's some sort of maybe co-parenting or harmony or something. Usually the 5 of Swords is about like being on your own and independence and focusing on own needs. But with it in reverse, it's like maybe there's a dependency in this connection, and maybe there's still something that kind of ties you guys together financially or life-wise, or even sometimes a resistance of letting go or that kind of thing. So maybe both of you wouldn't be ready, really, really ready to completely let go of each other or everything by then. I get the Four of Wands in reverse though, which is usually this is like a marriage card or a commitment. But with it in reverse, it seems like you guys don't have anything really solid or no commitment in the next few months. And then with the Six of Wands, usually this is called the hero that's come home after battle, but it's in reverse. And so it's kind of like your person's not really being the hero you need them to be. And it seems like that they're not really coming back. So I feel like that this Tower, I don't know if you guys can come back after this Tower. And, you know, I don't want to say this to hurt your feelings because I feel like everything can be worked on. But I wonder if this has been like irrevocable damage, you know? So there's that. But longer term, maybe it's only short term situation. Yeah, okay. So the Knight of Coins represents, it seems like there's no forward motion. Usually the Knight of Coins is like a slow horse that gets there eventually. But with it in reverse, it seems like it's not really getting there. So I feel like for you that you guys may just be broken up. And, you know, that it just seems like you guys just really are choosing not to continue this connection. So you may be wondering, should you still wait? Will they come back? But it doesn't really seem, at least from the tarot here, that you do wait or that they do come back. Because, and we'll see, I'm going to look a little deeper into your person's side to see, like, will they come back? But it just seems kind of like with this Tower moment that it seems kind of like it's maybe like beyond, not beyond repair, but it seems like maybe it's beyond their ability to repair. But what is interesting is I do get the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like that there is a lot of love in this connection. I mean, your person's crying, you know, with the Five of Cups. So I feel like that they are grieving. So I want to go to this new deck of mine that you guys may remember from 2 videos ago. I had this like series or this these 3 beautiful glass Cinderella pumpkins. I always look at them like the Cinderella's carriage. So with that, we had an all pink situation going on, and I debuted my new deck, the Pink Divine Love Oracle. So I'm going to use it because I think it's so pretty. And also it gives me a lot of details about relationships. So you guys might not have checked that video out, but if you guys have, and you guys, you know, it resonated with you, then maybe this deck will resonate with you again. I want to know, first of all, like, what is going on in this connection right now at this time. So I'm going to pull 5 cards to see what is going on. So let's see. Time, divine timing, fated, and destiny. I wonder if you guys were meant to break up, or I wonder if, you know, this kind of happened on purpose to help you in some way. So it does seem like that there was a fated Tower moment that happened. Maybe this was all kind of charted for you, or maybe it was supposed to happen for your benefit for a reason. Wow, off the hook, ignoring you on purpose. So yeah, your person is still really reeling from that Tower moment. And, you know, if they're not taking your calls, or they're ignoring you, or they've blocked you, or they're not talking to you, because that 8 of Wands is in reverse, which is like they're not telling you any of this. They also may not be talking to you at all. You guys might be in no contact. So there is this. Love. New door to experience love. And that is interesting because we did get the Lovers on the bottom of the tarot. So I do feel like there is still a lot of love, though, between the 2 of you and in this connection. And it's interesting with it says new door to experience love. So I also wonder, right now it looks like this door is closed, but it also shows that this door is showing up for you. So you haven't opened the door, but it is there. And I feel like this is the universe giving you a new person. Now, it doesn't mean you have to want to be with this new person or even ready to be with this new person. But it does seem like that the universe is kind of like preparing something in store for you. So I do want to let you know that. Then I get open up, shy, timid, reserved. So that's interesting. So I feel like this ignoring you on purpose. I feel like that there is kind of like your person isn't really opening up and they're shy, timid, or reserved, or they're pulled back. I think it's more like they're pulled back. And then moving on to the next. Well, you guys, I didn't even plan that. If you guys have been wondering whether to move on or stay and wait, baby, I think new door to experience love moving on. I think that in this particular, I mean, one, I want to let you guys know, only do what you want. Literally, you make your choices, do what you want to do. From these cards, it does look like if you chose this pile and this is more your scenario, it does seem like that you will most likely choose to move on. It doesn't really seem like your person's really coming back, and they may have blocked you, and it seems like maybe that this situation is over. But I want to let you know that it doesn't mean that love is over. Now, we can feel sometimes that love is over if we have a situation that's over with our person, but they really want to let you know, like, love is still in store for you. It is very, very beautiful. So I do see this coming up. I want to know what your person is experiencing in regards to you, though. So that's kind of what's going on in this connection, and the moving on is kind of confirmation of that for you. But again, do what you want. You don't have to move on right away if you don't want to, but it seems like you probably will end up doing so. So what is your person experiencing? Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys, literally, look at this. Not listening. So that's exactly where it says ignoring you on purpose. It's that they're not listening to you. And what's so interesting is it says inconsiderate, always thinks they are right. So it seems like they're just not listening to you. And that makes so much sense. Gossip, they might be listening to other people's negativity or drama, which is unfortunate. And pettiness, they might be being petty with you, they might be being dramatic with you, they might be having negative thoughts towards you or stuck in their own negative thoughts, or they might be listening to negative gossip about you instead of you. So that is unfortunate, that if you're like defending yourself and they're not hearing you. And then I get shadows. They're definitely dealing with their shadow side right now. They might be going through a dark night of the soul. They do have the 5 of Cups. So that is hard. And it says hidden, unknown, mysterious. They're hiding their feelings from you. So there is that. And I do get the full moon on it. So the full moon may have been important to you. Maybe the full moon eclipse we just had, you know. So if you're watching it when I'm releasing it, if not, maybe another full moon. Because I'm also getting another moon on this card here that says reflection. So they're reflecting on their shadows. They're reflecting on negativity and gossip and not listening to you. They are not receptive or open to you right now, my love. And I get evaluate, reflect on actions and thoughts. So they're just not receptive, or they're not open. I want to know some more stuff from them, though. So I do have my last opportunity, the last day of the month, to use my Let's Fall in Love Oracle. I do want to see what are they thinking and going through in regards to you right now. So what are some more of their thoughts? I've pictured having a family with you. So I feel like in the past they have envisioned, or maybe you guys even have had a family together, or have had kids together, or, you know, it seems like they have imagined it. They've pictured it. They've wondered what it could be like. You're always on my mind. So it does definitely still see like they are definitely still thinking of you. They're definitely having a lot of repetitive thoughts about you, though. So they're not listening to you, but they're thinking of you. And wow, batshit crazy for you. Maybe they've acted a little erratic. Maybe that tower moment was like you guys had a big blowout. Maybe they really, you know, wow. So maybe they really just let it loose, and all of their emotions. And then you stand apart from the rest. So I also feel like in this connection that, again, they do idealize you. They do still think that you are amazing and above everyone else, and they think of you as very, very special. But it is interesting. They're very much stuck in negativity right now, and I feel like they think they're right, and they're not going to like change their mind because they seem a little stubborn about that. Now, this is interesting. This pile is going faster than the last pile, probably because I feel like the last pile was more open-ended and you guys seem very clear-cut. So again, if this isn't your situation, feel free to pick another pile because this seems extremely specific. I want to know more about what your person is going through with messages from Divine Masculine, so you can know more since they're not talking to you or hearing you. Wow. So they've been feeling lost and confused without you. So it seems like that after this breakup or after this blowout, it seems like they've been feeling lost and confused, and it's been painful and it's hard. Now, they might be giving you mixed messages because I do get for some of you, they might want to still hold on to you, but I do feel like that with that Five of Swords in reverse, maybe for the next few months, they might have a hard time letting go because it says, please don't give up on me because I'm not letting you go. And that can be confusing for you because that can give you mixed messages or false hope or, hoping for something that might have a hard time happening because of all the other cards that I saw. So for this, they're saying, please don't give up on me because I'm not letting you go. I think that this is them feeling like, maybe, they're just not ready to let you go because of their grief. And they're having a hard time processing and dealing with the grief and the loss. So I feel like there's a part of them that doesn't want to let you go, but I also feel like that you guys, doesn't look like you guys are going to move forward from this. So that just might be their resistance to moving on. But it's interesting because I do see you move on with the moving on card. Yeah, they're still attracted to you. So you're sexually alluring to me and I yearn for your touch. So if you guys still live together or you guys are still seeing each other, I don't think you are. I think they're ignoring your calls and not talking to you. But if you guys, let's say you're not speaking to each other, but you're in the same house, they may try to initiate with you, like sexually. So they may try to still do that if you guys are, in the same house, and that can seem like really confusing. The intensity of our connection can be daunting, but also a blessing. Yeah, I definitely got with that Tower. You're definitely going through some intensity with your person for sure. And then I am yearning for our union. I bet they are. It seems like they are probably missing you. They have a lot of feelings and they're probably very heartbroken and they probably do yearn to be with you. And it's interesting, the two words, like, I yearn for your touch, I yearn for your union. I feel like they are longing for you, but it seems like their stubbornness is also, like, in the way. Because I feel like these cards are like their vulnerable part. But I also feel like they cover up their vulnerable part with all their other stuff, which is hard. Now I want to go to the untold truths of the heart because I know they're not really telling you much. So to go here, let's see. What do you want to tell pile 1, pile 2? Let's see. Misunderstood. There may be a misunderstanding between you guys, but it also seems like they're not allowing you to clear it up. So misunderstood, lost soul, victim, and mistakes. So they're not really like letting you kind of clear that up. I get established, which is family, triumph, and security. So I feel like with this connection that you guys may be established, maybe you guys live together, maybe you have kids together, maybe you have a family together, maybe you guys have just dated for a while and you feel like this is something you guys are used to. And then I get spiritual connection, deep love, soulmates, and unity. So there is still a lot of love. Like we got the lovers, we got a lot of love. There's a lot of love here. And then I got rejection, which is irrational fear, saying no, and dismissal. So I feel like this is kind of, and that being the last card of this kind of spread, it is interesting because this misunderstanding, despite the spiritual connection and how long you guys have been together, is what's causing you guys to either reject each other or them to reject you. Because I feel like you're the one, you're both really going through it, honestly. I can't even say you're going through it more than them. You're both going through it. But it is tough in this way. But I want to give you maybe some advice or some hope or comfort at this time. Because I feel like, one, you're going through something really painful and it's tough. And then two, I feel like also that this, that you may look for like to the future. Because with that new door opening to romance for you, I feel like that's very important. What do I want to... I'll give you advice from some tarot. Okay. So I want some advice for pile 2, please, as they go about their path and their journey. So we'll do 4 cards for some advice. So let's see here. Wow. This is literally the card, 6 of Wands. So, if your person does come back and they do end up working through every piece of stubbornness, every, thing, they initiate communication with you or they, unblock you or they reach out to you or you guys start talking about these issues and they start to initiate an olive branch of a repair, then I would say that's awesome and that you deserve that. I feel like your person may not be able to do that. So with this Six of Wands regarding like advice or guidance or like a divine message for you, they're saying you deserve your hero. You deserve to be with somebody that is able to be that for you, to come through for you in that way, that's able to really like fight for you and advocate for you and this connection. So with this Six of Wands, it really represents how like you really deserve that hero that comes through. So if your person is able to do that anyway, then you don't even have to worry about holding on or not. They will come through anyway. But I feel like your person's gonna have a very hard time with that. And so they want to let you know that just because your person hasn't been able to be your hero, it doesn't mean you won't get one. It doesn't mean you won't have one. So this is a hero that is coming in for you. And I would also say this could be a Leo energy. So keep your eyes peeled for a Leo. Then I get the Four of Wands, which does represent, again, relationship and marriage and commitment. And you got these cards in reverse. So it's interesting. So I do feel that for this Four of Wands, you will get your hero. You will get your marriage or your relationship or your strong commitment. And even if it doesn't come from your current person, it seems like this is still in store for you. This is like a celebration with these two, you know, girls with their flowers. So this is beautiful. And it's like the whole village is there celebrating, which is lovely. So I do feel like, you know, if you guys are married and you're getting a divorce, you'll get married again, or you'll have a relationship that you could get married again if you wanted to. If you don't want to marry, that's okay. But it's like, and if you guys are in a relationship that you love and you guys are breaking up, you know, you will meet a marriage relationship. Like you will be able to have this. This is what I see for you in your future, in store for you, which is beautiful. And if your person does end up coming back, that's awesome. But I feel like that you don't need to wait for that to happen. Then I get the Nine of Cups in reverse, and they're saying for you it's important to evaluate and ask yourself, like, there were definitely probably times in this connection you were so happy, but also there were times of like deep unhappiness. And it's important for you to remember that both kind of coexist. After breaking up, we have this thing that goes on in our human brains where we can look back on a situation and look at it as either better than it was or worse than it was. And so it's important for you to know, like, yes, of course, both exist. It's like a rich tapestry of everything. But with this Nine of Cups is like to not dismiss the times that you were unhappy in this connection. And that you can still have your wishes and your dreams come true. And then the Nine of Wands upside down reversed, where they're saying that, like, you know, you don't have to fight for this connection if you don't want to. You don't have to fight for it if you feel like your person is resistant and not letting you in and not opening up. You know, you can always let them come to you, but you can always move on with your life. And if they come to you as well, then that's great. But it just seems like in this particular case, you don't have to wait for them. You can feel free to move on, especially if you need my permission to move on. Like, you can feel free to move on. And if your person will come back anyways, it would happen either way. But you can feel free to move on. And it does seem like that you will be able to have this either way, whether it's your person doing some, like, you know, Hail Mary, or whether this is somebody new that comes in for you that's absolutely beautiful. I feel like either way you will have this. That is what I have for you, Pile 2. I hope this has helped you, and I apologize if this was too harsh, because I know this is a sensitive topic and it's very delicate, and I know that your heart is hurting right now, and your person's hurting, and there's a lot of love here. So if you feel like this wasn't your situation, or you want to pick another pile, feel free to do so, or maybe another video. And if you guys want to, I always appreciate when you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to subscribe, then feel free to hit the notification bell, because that will get you updates from when I post on the community board and release new videos and all sorts of other things like that and shorts. And I appreciate you. So I will talk with you later. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading today. I hope you've enjoyed the intro. How much did you love Chantilly Castle? Oh, yes, I'm living for it. It's amazing. It's in Chantilly in France. It inspired Versailles, and it's the place where you get the Chantilly cream. So it's just a magical, beautiful, beautiful, tranquil place. A lot of people go to France and they go to Versailles, and it's kind of a madhouse. And I do love Versailles. And you may have seen some of my Versailles videos that I posted, and there's a lot of crowds and stuff. And I tried kind of cutting them out a bit. But it was definitely a very crowded place. But Chantilly Castle is like a dream and very peaceful. It's a hidden gem, and so it's very, very cool. You guys have picked today the Thelema Tarot, which is a very beautiful autumn card. And I have picked for you this absolutely stunning, glowing, radiant peach calcite, which is very, very helpful to help work with and heal the sacral chakra if you need that. If you've been feeling extra creative lately, I'm not even going to roll this between my hands as I talk about the sacral chakra. You guys know if you know. All right. So I will put that there in frame for you so you can see it. It is a very passionate energy, and I feel like there's a lot of sexual attraction between you and your person. So despite that, though, you may be asking yourself and wondering, and why you're watching this video, is should you wait or should you move on from your person? Because your person might be causing you some stress. They might be causing you some heartbreak. They may be confusing you. So we're going to look at your connection today and look at and see what is going on in this dynamic, and maybe give you a little more insight or clarity as to maybe should you wait or should you move on. Now, of course, I want to give you the disclaimer that, of course, please make whatever choices you want, regardless of whatever I say or comes through. But I would say that if you are looking for some help or guidance or even maybe permission, that I am here for you. So now, if you guys don't know, for those of you that are new, I am starting with a traditional relationship spread. I don't always do that, but today I do. And this represents your experience with this connection, what you are thinking and feeling about your person. And this represents their experience, what they're thinking and feeling about you, and what they're experiencing right now with like what they're going through. These three cards represent the past, what you guys have gone through already in your connection that has brought you to your current moment. These three cards are the near future. If you're watching this video when I am releasing it, this would be about 3 months in the future. So between now and the end of February, since this is the last video in November. And if you guys are watching this at a different time, because this is a timeless video, then just calculate 3 months in the future from now. And this is a longer term future card. So this is beyond 3 months from now. So calculate beyond that. So this would be beyond, this would be like March and after, if you guys are watching it now. So I will put this here. And also, cards can be upright or reversed. If they are facing you, then they are upright. And if they are in reverse, then I will have them face me. And it's just because there's more details. So cards mean different things when they're in different positions. So for you, okay, well, I'll tell you, you guys aren't really together officially. I don't feel like you guys are really together. I mean, I get the 9 of Wands, which is a card that says like the battle is over. So it seems like, in this connection, you guys aren't really together. So the 9 of Wands is like, it's not really happening. Or maybe it's over, or maybe you guys aren't really, doing anything. The 10 of Swords is like an ending card, and maybe even a painful ending. And then the 7 of Cups is a card of like not having a commitment here. So even though you guys have a very passionate connection, I feel like you guys don't really have a commitment, or, you guys aren't dating kind of in this way. So there is that. I want to get some more information on that, because that's actually very interesting to start off with right out the gate. Maybe you guys used to date, because this could be like it's an over and this is an over. So these are 2 over cards, and this is a card of no commitment. So it might be that this is an ex. It might be that this is an ex from a long ago, or for a while, or that you guys have broken up and you're wondering, will you get back together, or should you hold on and wait to see if they'll come forward for you? Yeah, your person seems like they have so many feelings for you, but they feel trapped and restricted right now, and that they can't come forward right now. So I get how maybe you're aware that you're like, yeah, I know we're not dating, I know we're not together, but your person is showing all the love. I get the Hanged Man on their end. So look how stuck they are hanging from this tree. So it seems like they're trapped or they're stuck, or maybe they're just not moving forward with you. It does seem like they're getting a new perspective and that they are getting some, enlightenment. What's interesting is, see the snake that's wrapped around your person's leg. And, this is a passionate sexual energy card. And so it seems like they also might be tied up by their own passions. So it also might be that they're stuck on you because of their own passions. Now, I get the 9 of Cups, which is literally the wish fulfillment card and the dream coming true. So your person feels like you are a wish come true, you are a wish fulfillment, you are a dream come true, but they're not taking action on you right now at this time, and they might even be in limbo, or this connection might be on pause. But they do feel like they're trying to prioritize you with the Queen of Cups. They're looking at you with giving their heart, to them. They see all the love that you give them. They want to be loving and giving and, give and receive love back and forth between the two of you, but they're not doing so with the Hanged Man. But it's like you make them so happy, and they are happy even in this limbo state, which is interesting. So with this Queen of Cups, I feel like they're trying to prioritize you and value you and maybe even giving you love, even if they are stuck in some way or tied up, if they're tied up. In the past, here's the sexual attraction. So that Ace of Wands, and so you notice how it actually ironically looks just like this peach calcite here. So that's very interesting. So this is like the sexual attraction, and you guys definitely hooked up. So you guys have definitely been sexual in the past, but there was a ton of resistance. Look at how defensive maybe your person was, or maybe they were resistant or pushing you away, or maybe they were sexual with you but resisting it. They're resisting the sexual temptation that is you. That's what's going on here. You're like, yeah, we're not together. And they're making it so that we're not together because we are over, or they're resisting the attraction, or they're resisting the temptation. So there is that. And then the 2 of Wands, which is like the non-sexual card, because I always look at 2 of Wands as sexual, and then the reverse is not. So they were sexual with you, and then they've been in a highly reversed, resisting the sexual energy situation. So they're trying to resist you sexually so much. All right. So there is this. Then I get in the future, in the next 3 months, I get the Devil. So they're going to still be sexually attracted to you. There's still a ton of temptation. There's a lot of vices. I feel like they might look at you as a vice, or maybe the sexual attraction in this connection is like a vice. Maybe they look at it as a weakness or something. But there's a lot of temptations, a lot of passions. They may not always even act very evolved. And then I get the 8 of Wands, which is a potential trip to see each other. Also, good communication. So there's going to be a ton of communication, maybe even sexy talk between the two of you. So this is an interesting, look at how all these cards here in the middle are all red. Look at this burning, fiery passion. That's so interesting. Because on your person's side, they're all in their feels, which is so funny because this is all tempestuous. It's all very red. Okay. So communication, things speeding up. And then the 2 of Coins in reverse. So they may have a hard time juggling their schedule or I feel the 2 of Coins is, on their side, it's, can I act on this or should I hold myself back? That's where they go back and forth. They go back and forth between giving in to their passion and holding themselves back, restricting themselves. So that is interesting. So your person is caught between, do they give in to their temptation and passions for you or hold themselves back because you give them the ultimate happiness, basically, and all the romantic love feelings. So that's interesting. So your person may not be back and forth anymore. They may rush forward. So that is what I see. Okay, that's beautiful. And then longer than that, beyond 3 months' time, wow. Well, there's something changing in this dynamic. Look at this Tower moment. Again, look at how all of this, if I put this here, all of this center is red. Look at that color difference. That just is wow. It's like a big bonfire. Like when a big bonfire makes the whole sky red. That's this connection. So intense, so passionate, so fiery. And this Tower moment in the future, there are going to be either consequences to this sexual attraction or there's going to be a major life change. So, I kind of feel like I want you guys to wait and I eat popcorn and sit in the corner of your relationship and just kind of like watch. This sounds so sadistic and bad, but it's kind of like, I'm like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Keep going. You do this. Do the bad thing, or do the sexy thing, or you play with fire. I want to watch. So, okay, you guys, obviously be safe. Don't play with fire. But anyways, all right, so I am getting that there's a lot of passion in this connection and a lot of heat, and I feel like your person does in the next 3 months give into it. And I feel like that causes a chain reaction of things, or it really, so I would say, you know, give it some, what would happen if you just give it a little minute? Give it a little time, see what happens. I would say maybe there's some things left to see in this connection, or there's things left to explore, but that's just me. Okay. I feel like the Kermit mug where I'm like, but I don't know though. Anyway, I'm going to look at my pink deck. So I got this pink deck very recently. It's very pretty. I debuted it on my Cinderella Pumpkins video where the glass pumpkins are all pink and the decks were all pink, and it was very pretty. So I do have this Pink Divine Love Oracle, and I love it because it helps give a lot of details about your relationships and your connections. So I want to see 5 cards to see what is going on in your connection with your person right now. So, okay, what's going on right now between you guys? So, oh, you guys, you should wait. Okay, so do what you want to do. Look at this reconciliation card. I love it. Okay, especially if you guys are broken up, or especially if you guys, gosh, your person is just holding themselves back from you so hard. Your person must have like the willpower of a god. Okay. So reconciliation, I love the 2 champagne glasses and the 2 glittery jeweled hearts. So beautiful. Twin hearts, twin flame, repairing, rebuilding, mutually agree to leave the past in the past. So you guys are working on a reconciliation. So romantic. And then loyal, trustworthy, reliable, and honors you. So I do feel like that your person is very loyal to you. They honor you. They're reliable. Like, it's so funny because we got all this fiery, smoky energy, bonfiery orange energy, but on their side, they're all like, love. And it's so interesting. Like, I do feel like their person for you feels like a lot of integrity and a lot of love, even though there's that devil, because, you know, we have vices. You are a gem. Again, it's a very glittery, beautiful gem heart, which is lovely. So I love this for you. So no one compares to you and unique. Your person sees you as like a treasure. I get balance. Are things equal? Time to make adjustments. Now, this is something that has to happen. And I do feel like your person is starting to do that because they've been tying themselves up and holding themselves back. But with the Queen of Cups on their side, they are trying to prioritize giving you love, and they may try to balance this connection, which is hard for them because I feel like in the next 3 months, I do get that 2 of coins reversed where I feel like they're juggling too many things and they all might just drop to the floor. So I feel like it's hard for them to balance more in this connection. However, I feel like they may need to balance it more. And that might be also what you're waiting for, where you may just be waiting to see, will things ever get going? And then I get traveling. This is the second card of traveling. It says long distance, new faces, new places. You guys might be at a distance from each other. That might be why you guys are tied up, or why they're tied up, honestly. And I do feel like that you guys are going to try to plan a trip, and that might be a way where they can give you more love, or they can balance more. So that could be cool. So that might be where they can give you more time and attention. Where they can just get away and be with just you and focus on just you. Now, I want to go to, since it is the last video in November, I'm going to go to the Let's Fall in Love Oracle. And this is my autumn deck. So that's so cool. So I want to see what's going on here. So I want to see what's going on in this connection. Let's take our time and go slow. Yeah, you're tied to a tree with a snake. How much faster do you think you could go? Holding on to baggage. Yep, tied up. In the middle of my chaos, I found you. It's very beautiful. Literally, you guys, that's still that burning bonfire smoke behind them. That's crazy. Are you guys an interesting connection that would like burn the whole world down. That's a very interesting situation. And then I find comfort in my solitude, probably because being with you is a big bonfire. And waiting for the right time to connect with you, you guys. Okay, so literally, I would wait a little minute. I would wait a little more minutes. Okay, so let's take our time and go slow. That's something that's very beautiful. I want to do some clarifying cards. I haven't ever, well, I have, but I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to do a clarifying tarot card on each one of these oracles because I kind of read them, so you don't need me to reiterate them. I will reiterate as I go along. Let's take our time and go slow. Queen of Cups, this card came out yet again. This is how they think of you and how they want to prioritize you. But holding on to baggage is why you guys are over. And that's why you guys got the card of let's agree to leave the past in the past. So you guys need to repair your connection. So they're holding on to baggage. You guys are probably broken up. They're probably an ex. They need to get over it. Their baggage. Wow, here's the Tower again, you guys. That's crazy. In the middle of my chaos, the Tower, I found you. And look at how same. This looks the same. This is crazy, you guys. This is so cool. So much passion. I knew that this calcite would be your crystal. Okay. I find comfort in my solitude. Let's see. Ace of Coins. They're working. So when they work and when they're alone and when they're focusing on their career, it actually gives them a grounding and it gives them a focus or a purpose and it helps them stabilize themselves. It's because I think being with you is just like a 5-alarm fire and it's intense, and so they need to feel like soothed, and work can sometimes do that. And then waiting for the right time to connect with you. Literally, oh my gosh, you guys, this is the most magical. Okay, I love this so much. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's the 10 of Cups. If you guys know tarot, you know this is the most beautiful, romantically fulfilled love card ever. And they got the 9 on their side of Cups. But now here's the 10 of Cups, because when they connect with you, they are the happiest little clam in the planet, or the happiest little swan in the planet. And I love the coming together of the two swans. Oh my gosh. You guys, I love that you guys picked this pile. The other 2 piles were not good. Okay, the other 2 piles were a little painful. This one's probably a little painful too, honestly. But I feel like there's a lot more like love in this connection and hope and yes. Yay. All right, let's go to, we have some time. I'm going fast with these piles. The first one I could have gone on, like pile 1, I could have gone on for 5 hours. I was like just delving in. With the second pile, I was like, oh, that's the answer. With you guys, I'm like, oh, that's the answer. But this is just juicy. So I was like going, I'm like, this is just juicy. I want to know what your person's thinking of you with my pretty pink deck. Okay. Let's just gratuitously stroke your ego for a minute. All right. What does pile 3's person think of pile 3? Please. Because they likes you very much. You want to fall out or do you want me to pick them? This one's good. This one's, oh my God. This one's good. Yes, you guys. It's good news. Okay. All right. Happy about it for you. I'm impatient. Okay. So, the first one, make-believe fairy dust. And it's beautiful. Imaginary, false, too good to be true. So your person feels like their feelings for you are way too good to be true. They're like, I can't even trust my 9 of Cups happiness, my wish fulfillment, my fairy dust. This is like a fantasy. This is a fairy tale. This is a Chantilly castle. They're like, this isn't real life. This isn't real. Like, there's no way that like this feeling would sustain and would stay with pile 3. And so they feel like their fire alarm and their sexual passion for you and their deep romantic love for you and their like ultimate happiness on cloud 9 for you is literally like not real. It's not like something they can trust or believe in, because they're like, it's just a fairy tale. It's a fantasy. Like, this isn't how life is. This isn't how love is. I've suffered in love and we're not supposed to like be this happy. So like they don't get it. Then I get clouded, which is misunderstandings, judgmental, and confusion. So I do feel like they're super confused. They are judgmental about their feelings. That's why they hold themselves back, and they don't understand. They have a misunderstanding of their feelings. Like, they do not have self-awareness when it comes to their love. But look at this. They are freeing themselves from the snake that's tying them to the tree. I love this, you guys. So they are freeing themselves. They're letting go of their baggage. They're putting the past in the past. They're reconciling with you. They're freeing themselves. Burden, stress, and negativity be gone. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's awesome. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. Then rainy days. Oh my gosh, you person. Painful feelings, tears of sadness. I feel like they're missing you a lot. They're so sad without you. When they're with you, they're so happy. They're clouded because they're stuck and they're confused and they're like emo a little bit. And they are like ultimately so happy when they're with you. And when they can be with you and they can move forward with you, they have the 10 of Cups and they're the ultimate happiness because they're just not trusting that you are their dream come true. They feel like it's all make-believe. And then growth, leveling up, expansion. Somebody's stepping up. We loves it. Someone's evolving. We love when they do that. Yes. So good. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. So that is awesome. And I also feel like that their dream of you is confusing them and they're freeing themselves from the confusion so that they can get over their rainy days and they are growing as a person. I love it. All right. Let's see a little bit more from maybe messages from Divine Masculine. All right. What would you like to tell me about Pile 3's person, please? I am working to improve myself. Yes, because you guys, we got that. We got the working card. We got the growth card. They are trying to work so hard to improve themselves, and they're trying to make themselves connect to this connection because they want to be worthy of it. And I feel like they see you as this queen. Haha, observing your social media to find information about you. Yes, stalker. Okay. And we only say that in jest because we don't really like stalkers, but we like when the person we like finds out about us. Still stuck in a karmic cycle and still too stubborn to fix it. But I feel like they will free themselves. It seems like with the cards, they are working through it. So you're aware that right now they are stubborn. You're aware right now there's a karmic cycle. They're dealing with their karma. They're dealing with their cycles. They're stubborn, and it does show that they're growing and they're working to improve themselves. So I like that. Our separation is giving us the opportunity to heal and purge negativity. Yeah, I knew you guys weren't together. All right. Yes, our separation is giving them the opportunity to heal. That is so important, to drop that baggage, to untie themselves from that tree, to purge the negative thoughts and that painful tears and sadness. So, absolutely, yes. We'll do these two. Forgive me for being selfish and only looking after my own needs. So they feel bad about that. I feel like that they do feel that they've really been focusing on themselves too much and they haven't been balancing and giving to you. You know, we got that. They need to balance it more and they're having a very hard time doing so. I know my mission is to balance the scales, you guys. Seriously, I can't even make this up. That's literally what we got for your person. And if this karmic cycle is another relationship, it says, I am aware that the karmic relationship is trying to impersonate you and it's not working for her. So it does seem like that your person is very aware, if they are in a relationship, that they're unhappy and that this person is not you. And they may be like, well, my relationship is what love is, and I'm so confused because Pile 3 acts so much different. I mean, is Pile 3 going to turn into my unsatisfying relationship? Are they going to be just like this person? And, you know, they might be a little scared of that. They may be like, oh, well, everybody turns into the person I'm with now, so maybe I should just stay with who I am. But I don't feel like they're happy about that, and they're crying. I got literally 2 cards of them crying. We have a little bit of time. We'll do one. What do I want to do? I feel like you guys are done, but I have time, so I want to like look at some stuff. Let's give you some guidance. Twin Flame Guidance Oracle. And I guess the advice and guidance cannot be me just eating popcorn, observing this connection, being excited for you. So we'll look at more than that. All right. All right. We'll do 5. It's funny, it's a new deck, but I don't use it too much, but I like it. Third eye chakra. So my darlings, you are super intuitive. They got the Queen of Cups for you. So you're probably a water sign and you're probably very intuitive and psychic. They're saying you need to look with your third eye and channel intuitively about this connection, because it seems like what you know inside of your heart and your truth is very strong, and you might be doubting it, but they're saying that this is important. And I get they're saying for you, just be empowered. Just come from an empowered place. When you guys talk, being empowered, you know, speak from your place of power, speak from your sovereignty, you know, just have your love, and you're just calm, and you're just direct, and you're loving, and you're like, this is what it is. And then karmic partner. So yes, I feel like your person might be a karmic partner. So if they are, it might be that you and your person are clearing up some karma. Also, they said that your person is stuck with a karmic partner. And so you might be that you're involved with someone who you care for who has a karmic partner. And because of this, there may be waiting time, or that might be that there is this, you know, drama going on. Purify out. So if you feel like you and your person have karma, there is some baggage there. You guys have to leave some stuff in the past. So maybe there is just some stuff or some karma that you guys need to clear up. Then I would say, you know, sage yourself, purify your energy, take a salt bath or whatever. Definitely work on clearing and purifying your own energy. And guided. This is so cool. So yeah, so they're just saying all you got to do, baby, right now is just be empowered, see the truth with your third eye, keep channeling, you know, purify out any karma that you have, and just do what you're guided to do. And you'll know when you look with your third eye and when you channel. So that looks beautiful. And all right, we'll just do one more Twin Flame Current Vibes Sister Moon Tarot, which I just discovered was my friend's friend. So hi, Alex. If this is you watching, this is you. Okay, so this is from Sister Moon Tarot. This is very cool. All right. 3 cards for the current vibes between you and your person right now. And just know the current vibes are not what it's going to be in the future, because it actually looks very good for you. And this is pretty. Fly away. I am stuck here when all I want is freedom. I wish I could fly away. And I feel like that's your person wishing they could be free and freeing themselves. And I feel like that is what's going to happen. So right now, your person is dreaming and wishing that they could free themselves. And that might be what the make-believe is. That they're like, gosh, I wish I could be with pile 3. But I know that's just a fantasy. Right now, it's just a daydream. I can't be with them, but I wish I could be. You are my wish. That's literally what I just saw. Oh my gosh. They're like, they're wishing for you. I wish to be where you are. I wish to be with you. Oh, you guys have the most romantic person. Okay. Precious and rare. You are so precious to me. I feel like they think you are so precious and rare. They wish to be with you and questioning everything. I don't know what to believe anymore. They are questioning their whole life. And if they are in a relationship, I feel like they're questioning their life and their relationship and their future. And they're just like, what do I even want? How can I make my life be what I want? And it's almost kind of like if they're like, well, how can I make my life rainbows and unicorns and kittens? When literally they're like, I go to a 9 to 5. You know, so they're just like, I just don't know how to, it does not compute. It's like they're too practical for that. So they don't quite know what to do about it. So I think you have stunned your person, and I think they are very, like, stunned by you. Okay. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope this resonated. If you feel like this was not your pile or your situation, feel free to pick another pile or another video. And if you guys do want to know if you guys will end up together, you might want to watch my other Chantilly Castle video, because that might have more messages in it for you. I released that in October with the Will You End Up Together. So that's going to be a little more information about maybe how, or, you know, will you guys, that sort of thing. Because I know you're curious about should you wait or move on. And I think if you know if you guys would end up together, that it might give you a little bit more clarity or peace of mind about maybe if you should wait or how long you should wait. Also, I appreciate you guys so much for all of your likes and comments, all the times you make clips of my video, all the time you share it. I appreciate you so much. And if you guys want to subscribe and haven't already, feel free to do so and hit the notification bell so you get updates of when I post on the community board and when I release shorts and new videos. So that is what I have for you, pile 3. I'm excited and I want to eat popcorn. So spill the tea on the comments if you want. I'll see you later. Bye.